Yo, I am back. What's going on? It's your boy, Philip Dukes, a.k.a. Dukes D Scoop, with a special edition live, a pop-up live. A lot going on in Colorado. I thought, you know what? Maybe we should have a conversation. Shout out to my man, Coach Steph Brown, for the hat TSP Top Shelf Performance. But there's a lot going on in Colorado as you come in. Drop where you're from, drop your location, and drop a topic that you want to talk about. Coach Prime was a little feisty today. Shout out to Coach Prime. Talking about some of the stuff going on in the portal. Cash Cleveland hits the portal. A shocker for a lot. You already seen Colorado be active in the portal. Xavier Hill. You got Sincere Brown. Terrence Love visiting this weekend. You got a few visiting this weekend. It's a lot more people coming. Yeah, this weekend is going to be packed for sure. So we got Seattle in the building. We got Chicago in the building. Cincy in the building. So Chicago in the building again. Shout out to Tanya Harris. Yeah, man. So we going to get in here and we're going to talk about it, man. Good evening. Shout out to the members. And if you want to become a member, go to the page, look on the description. You can find it. Just become a member, and we know we give preference to members and super chats as we talk, but I also pull questions from the chat. But y'all, really, this is a kicking session. I don't have no script. I don't have nothing. We're going to talk about what y'all want to talk about. If you want your question to go to the front, you bring it up, and we're going to discuss it as a fam. Man, let's see. Let's start with one. Oh, man, I got to show y'all the hoodie, man. Every time I come on here live, I keep forgetting to bring the hoodie, but I got the hoodie with the fam. Matter of fact, I wore it last week. If you see on my Twitter when I was at UGA last week, I had the fam hoodie on again. So, all right, let's go. Let's start. Where we gonna start at? Shout out to Sabrina. Let's see where we're gonna start question wise. Okay, I like this. Start off, Colorado is building a roster to make a playoff run. All right, y'all. Now, I've been kind of dropping hints the whole time. I've been saying, like, if you follow me, you follow what I do on the morning run, you follow what I do on these shows, you follow even what I just been doing, with my videos. Shout out to Common Sense Buffs. What I've been saying the whole time is that Colorado is going to top grade instead of upgrade. Top grading starts from the top. You get your best players and you bring in competition for the best. I knew for a fact there were going to be some people that are going to have to make decisions. This is the genesis of a championship team. When you start to bring in people, and there's some people that haven't been announced yet that'll be there tomorrow. I know one center in particular should be there. That'll be there this weekend for sure. I'm not going to. Colorado is going to be fine. And first of all, let me say this. I love what Cash Cleveland has been able to do as a Colorado Buffalo. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I'm not going to say nothing bad about any player that leaves. It's just like a relationship, man. Like, you don't bad talk nobody that you was in love with 2 weeks ago unless they really did something to you. But if somebody chooses to go and it just, hey, you ready to leave? Yeah, I'm ready to go. You don't go bad talk them. I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? So I wish nothing but the best for anyone who wants to improve their situation in their eyes. But that's because that you have to look at it from their perspective, right? If they think the situation is better, something that's on them. Whether or not it's truly better or not, that remains to be seen. So shout out to Isaiah Augusta. Shout out to Savion Riley. Shout out to Cash Cleveland. Shout out to anybody that was felt like they had to leave Colorado for a better situation, whether it be financially, whether it be playing time. I like to think that Cash Cleveland was probably motivated by playing time. And this is a conversation that we got to talk about too, because Tajay McCoy, right? Tajay McCoy is a guy who is going to be, who some people feel like he has starter's potential. I thought he had a very strong spring, but Tajay seems like felt like he was going to have a better opportunity for somewhere else, right? So I think you have to allow him to go do what he thinks is right. I mean, it only speaks to, let me tell you something. College football teams very rarely let members of their team walk out the door without a fight unless they feel like they're going to be fine without them. I'm just telling you. And this ain't just, I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. Now, I've talked to somebody, now, y'all know, shout out to Coach Prime, but he's giving me a lot of access to that building. And one thing I don't do is betray trust, not just with Coach Prime, but anybody in that building. But I can tell you this. There was not a guy in there that made Colorado feel like if they leave, they cannot win. There is not one person on that roster that they feel like can break the CU. So I just need y'all to understand that. There's not one person on that team that they feel like hey, we can't afford to lose him. That's what Colorado is building, where no one person can hold you hostage, can put the hopes and dreams of Buff Nation in their hands and say, you know what, I'm walking away to another school, and everybody goes with them. You can't, okay? Now, with that being said, it's tough because of the access that you get and the way that the Buffs fans love on people. This is a tough part of the season. It's not just because Cash Cleveland was a great player. It's not just because Tajay McCoy was a great player. It's because the support of Buffs Nation, the support of you guys that are tuning in right now, y'all really love on these boys. And they're going these players, these athletes. And that's what makes it hard, right? But we also have to understand that we're not operating in a vacuum. It's still a business. It's still the business of college football, and people are going to do what's best for them. But I want to commend the positive people in Buff Nation for continuing to send good vibes out to Cash Cleveland, continuing to send good vibes out to Tajay McCoy. Because just like I said earlier, I don't believe in conditional love. Like, I only love you because you're doing what I want you to do and you playing for my team. We don't do that. That's not the fam way. Not the people that's in here with me. Now you're gonna have some fans that are gonna be like, oh well, you don't want to play for us, screw you. Okay, cool. Like that's your way of handling it. And everybody got their different ways, but man, look, what like you don't. If and I would tell this to my son, if a female don't want to be with you, you got to let her go, and you let her go in peace, and you let her go in love, and you have to believe so much in yourself that lady, none of you goes with her. None of you, none of who you are, none of what makes you you, none of your magic, none of what God gave you, none of your purpose, none of your destiny leaves because somebody doesn't want to be with you. And I hope I'm talking to some people who may need to hear this. But none of that leaves. And that's the same thing with Colorado. You ain't got to, oh man, F you got to do all that. Let them folks go about their business. Wish them well. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So the Cash Cleveland was tough. I think it blindsided a lot of people, right? I think a lot of people feel like, as a starter, right? Somebody who started the games. What a story. You saw how much TV time he got last year. You saw so much. You got so much. Like his story was so incredible. But dog, I gotta understand something. When you talk great, when you really want that, and this is where Buff Nation has to decide, do they want a championship program or not? It's hard. I get it. But in championship programs, tough decisions are made. Think about this. Ohio State won the Natty last year. They had to make a decision years ago on Quinn Ewers, who ended up being in the playoffs last year. As a 5-star quarterback, they had to make a decision. They made a decision. A 5-star quarterback left before he barely touched the field at Ohio State. That they ended up being in the same playoffs as them. But as Uncle Neely always says, that door goes both ways. They bring in Seth McLaughlin. They bring in Caleb Downs. They bring in the best wide receiver that we've seen in a long time. So, yeah, man, you got to understand that Josh Heupel got the quote of the last month to me. Ain't nothing bigger than the power T. It ain't nothing bigger than that CU. Nothing and nobody's bigger than the CU. So, we going to wish them well, right? You feel me? Like, it's going to happen. And that's what comes with the championship team. Guys are going to want to play when you start to stockpile talent. And what have I been saying this whole time? Championship teams provide starters to other teams. Cash Cleveland is going to go somewhere and be successful, and we're going to believe that too. We're going to believe that for him. We hope Isaiah Augusta is going to be successful somewhere. We hope Savion Riley is going to be successful somewhere. And you also know that there's the same way that Colorado has identified talent. Those guys saw the talent in them. They're seeing in other players. So when you guys see the entirety of what will be in Colorado over the next 2 weeks, this show, we're gonna do this show again. Hold on, let's see. FPSD came through. What's up, FPSD? You know you always come through with the super chat. I appreciate it. What's the worst part about Cash leaving is losing his personality. The type of person he is makes him a 5-star in the locker room and community. FPSD, I'm glad you said that. Because sometimes we cannot talk about loss as humans. We don't like to talk about loss when it hurts. We don't like to talk about the part that hurts. So let's talk about the part that hurts. What you're gonna miss about Cash is his story. You're gonna miss prayer for attitude. You're gonna miss the personality as a whole. You're gonna miss the way he communicates. You're gonna miss his spirit. But it's 105 spots on that roster. And we don't know what the dynamic will be with what they do with that spot that's on that roster. So, yeah, for sure, you're going to miss that. We all will. The people that follow Colorado, you're going to miss that for sure. But sometimes you got to make it. You got 105. You got a puzzle. You really, let's say we got a plate. We had a buffet. And you got 105 little sections on that plate. Okay? And you see a section right there that might make you better, or it might do something different that can be done. You got to create room. I'm not saying that Cash Cleveland was a guy that said, oh, we got to create room. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, I know Colorado has championship aspirations, and there are some ideas about what they can do along that offensive line. I've been saying it all spring. There are going to be changes to the offensive line. This is one of the ones that feels like a gut punch. I can say that. A lot of people are going to feel like that. And I think it's good for us to talk about it, right? It don't have to be a bad thing. You know what I mean? But you got to figure out, do you want to be a championship team or not? And this happens. When I see Colorado building, when I'm looking at how they're making decisions on what they're doing, they got a certain profile they're looking for. And there are going to be some guys that fit, and there are going to be some guys that don't. There are so many, and I think this just goes back to the amount of access that Colorado gives. Like, that's how you can fall in love with these players. And I don't think anybody would trade that access to not get emotionally involved. So, all right, y'all, let's move on. But man, shout out to Cash, man. I think it's man, you know what, man? Put a $sign in the chat for Cash, dog. You feel me? Because I know he was a fan favorite. We're gonna show him some love, dog. drop a dollar sign in there for cash, man. Drop a dollar sign in there for cash. That's just telling them, man, good luck, man. And appreciate your contributions, dog. Yeah, man. Drop one for cash, dog. We no, hey, ain't no hating. I'm telling you, no hate on this show. Zero. You part of the fam. This is a player facility. We're not doing none of that hating. So we ain't talking bad about nobody because they made a decision. For sure. We ain't talking bad about them, man. Much love to them. You feel me? All right. Oh, we got a super chat. For sure. Super chats, as y'all know, go to the front. Let me pull this one up. Dude, what's up, my man DeWitt Johnson? For sure. That's like they ain't the young boy, they ain't the Pooh Shiesty, but that's like an old school ski bag. DeWitt, what you got going on, my dog? Hey, man, we listen and don't judge, my dog. He said, Dukes, did you hear what Coach Prime said about Virginia coming for CU players? He also said he letting them have one. Who is he talking about? Hold on. Let me check my phone right quick. Hold on. All right. So, chat, we can handle this together or what we want to do. So they said they let them have one. Know what I mean, let me tell you something, one thing I know about Coach Prime. He meant everything he said, right? Augusta say they're going to see Virginia. Now, is the number 500? I don't know. But I do know that number was, I believe that number was a little more than what Colorado felt like they was going to be willing to pay. This is me. I'm not bringing this from the building. I'm not bringing this from, I'm put this on Dukes. This is Duke saying the numbers some of these numbers have been thrown out at players, right? Now this is Prime knew exactly what he was doing. But some of these, now this ain't got nothing to do with Colorado. So anybody, before I say this, I want y'all to know this is Philip Dukes talking. This Dukes, P. Dukes. All right, cool. Watch this. Coach Prime is getting back some of these numbers that are being thrown at. He knows about some of these numbers being thrown at players, right? That may be rotational pieces at Colorado. Because you're a starter somewhere else doesn't mean, if you're splitting the load at Colorado, doesn't mean that you deserve that at Colorado just because you'd be a rotational. Because you'd be a starter, an unquestioned starter somewhere else, that doesn't mean Colorado has to pay that fee. It just is what it is. So when you recruit well, when you go 3-4 deep, and there's no guy that really stands out in your position group, that's what it is. You feel me? I ain't tripping. Hey, if I were to imagine that conversation, the conversation probably went like this. Hey, coach. Hey, man, such offering me this amount of money, a large amount of money. Oh, okay. You think you can get that out there? Yeah. All right. Well, look, it was nice. Hey, I got nothing but respect and love for you, man. Take care of yourself. Tell your mama them to call me, man. All right. See you soon. That's how that combo went. $500,000, if that was the real number, and that's all speculation. But if $500,000 was the real number, don't let $500,000. Okay, cool. So this is the thing. When you got somebody connected as I'm gonna say Deion Sanders, and that's not out of disrespect. That's because we got to remember, before Coach Prime, he was Deion Sanders, and he had a very long career playing football, being around the best, being on TV, a personality, doing everything. I was at the draft combine. True story. I'm talking to a very well-respected agent. He saw something I did with Colorado and sent a message to Coach Prime right then. And Coach Prime hit me and said, yeah, that's my man. Ooh. I had no idea they knew each other. All right. Happened to me again. When I went to Colorado 2 weeks ago, I saw Mel Bratton. Mel Bratton is the agent that got Anthony Richardson. Mel B was in his office. Mel B gave me my first job in sports. He was with Coach Prime. That man knows everybody. And now the top tier agencies have NIL departments. If you don't think this man can go find out where his players are going, you crazy. He let one slide already. He's not missing words. He's like, bro, listen, you think it's sweet. This is what Coach Prime said in so many words. You think it's sweet, all right? Because I let it be. If I go to doing what some of you guys have done to me, you're not gonna like it. All right. And that's what he said when he talked about said school. That's what he said. You feel me? Now, speaking on tampering as a whole, it's running rampant right now. That's what people do. You think that man was gonna hate on a running back saying he can get $500K? Now, this is what we gotta hope doesn't happen. You got a lot of greedy NIL agents, greedy, that make the majority of their money overcharging these kids, and the legal amount that you can charge somebody the most is 20%. So if somebody says, I can get you 500,000, but you got to give me one, and your next best deal may be 200, then that player may say, you know what? Even though I got to give this agent 100,000 of this 500, me walking home with 400 is more important than me having 200. So that's kind of how that happens. This is something that I saw happen today. I saw this happen too. This is the God honest truth. I saw this happen today. There is a player that believed that he was offered $400,000 more than his real offer, that his agent told him purposely that he had a higher number than what was offered so he would get in the portal. Once he got in the portal, he was beyond return. His former team had already moved on past him. And now the kid was stuck and he has to take whatever number he can find in the portal. The same thing just happened to Nico. Everybody told this man daddy he was going to get $4 million. Oh, man, he got to get at least $4 million. Carson Beck got $4 million. Somebody going to pay him. And ain't nobody come see that man. Nobody went to go see him. There were more people pulling out of the Nico stakes than actually that we saw get in. These agents, man, they got to do something about it, man. That bad advice is a mug, dog. It is. Oh, shout out to Freedom Genesis. We got a new member in the building. Shout out to Freedom Genesis. Thank you. New member. Okay, we got another super chat. You know we're going to the super chats. I'm on here. Yeah, I said we're going to talk. Oh, here go a good one. Shout out to Kiefer Priest. Dukes, I miss my ex. What should I do, man? This is what you should do. I got the answer for you. All right. Kiefer, first of all, I'm sorry you missed your ex. All right. Times are hard. Life is hard. This is what you got to do. You got to remember the bad times and what went wrong. And if nothing went wrong and she still wanted to leave, she was the wrong person for you. Right? First and foremost. All right, dig. And once you realize why that person was wrong for you, you got to remember one thing. When you get to be an adult, medicine does not taste good, but it makes you better. So that medicine, that miss that you're feeling right now, right? Missing your ex right now, that's that medicine you're taking in order for you to see the next version of you. So sometimes you got to leave yourself, you got to leave a part of it, of whatever you're missing. You got to embrace it and realize that's the medicine that's going to make you better. All right? And pray. And don't do nothing crazy. All right? You need to talk. hit me in the DM, man, because I know, hey, there's a lot going on right now in the world. So, hey, I take everything seriously. So, Keeper Priest, remember, you going to be better. You the prize. All right. Hey, man, my man, hey, you come with a super chat. I got to, hey, you come with a super chat. I got to figure it out. Okay, Go Bucks got one. How good is the Auburn safety that is visiting CU? I was going to do a video on it, man. I've been knowing Terrence Love a long time. His family, shout out to the Love family. Good kid, 4.0 student since we can remember. I think he's got a 3.5 at Auburn. 6'2", 200. He can get anywhere to 200 to 215. He can play the free or the box easily. 4'4", like a 4'4", 4'5", somewhere in there. He could play dime linebacker if he had to. He would hit your tail, and played on probably the best little league team that we ever seen in Atlanta. And at Auburn, the coach, he got caught up. The coach that recruited him that played the majority of his time, Zach Etheridge, who's at Miami. I don't know, you guys saw on Instagram where there was some Miami interest. He left and went to Houston, and he was stuck with, not stuck with, a new defensive coordinator, DJ Durkin, and Charles, what's my man? Charles Kelly. I remember Coach Kelly, who was at Colorado. That was his safeties coach last year, and he loved him. And it was a situation where he had a slow start, had some injuries, and Auburn, he couldn't get on the field at Auburn based on what they had last year. Once he started to kind of pick it up and got healthy, you know, he said, dog, he went in and had the same kind of spring Colton Hood had before he got to Colorado. I don't know if y'all remember this. I was at 03 still, and I was saying, Colorado, y'all got one in Colton Hood. I kept saying, I was like, bro, y'all got one. I told anybody that would listen, Colton Hood was a guy. Anybody that would listen. Shout out to Pastor Smith. He was me and Pastor Smith talked. That's when I met Pastor Smith, because we had a mutual acquaintance in Colton Hood and the Hood family. I'm telling you, Terrence Love like that. I don't know if he's gonna sign this weekend. I talked to him. He said it's a possibility. Not sign, but commit. I'm not sure. Hold on 1 second. That's gotta answer this one. I'm gonna finish that. Hold on. Yo. Hey, what's up, nephew? You good? Hey, I'm telling you, it's finna be okay. Y'all think I'm playing? Colorado got some stuff up their sleeve, dog. For sure. Oh yeah. My bad. We talking about T-Love. Now I put that thing on mute for sure. But the T-Love a player. He got some T-Love definitely a player. He got some a lot to him. He got some interest now. I think Texas Tech has shown some interest, and Boston College, BYU. Hold up, man. Oh, this Terrence Love list. Matter of fact, I got it. Hold on. T-Love. Hold up. All right, this is interest list. BYU, Colorado, Michigan State, Temple, SMU, Georgia Tech, Wisconsin, Arizona State, Jack State, Tulane, Nebraska, Western Kentucky, Western Michigan, UAB. Man got options, and he made it to Colorado first. I hope Coach Livingston. Now, one thing that he does like is the fact that Coach Livingston is coach of safety, so that's going to be a big one. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Colorado can put the magic on him. Yeah, trust me. Everybody said the same thing about Colton Hood, and I ain't miss. I told y'all, I said, man, Colton Hood had the best spring. A lot of people felt like he had the best spring. A lot of folks felt like T Love. I mean, I got some of the practice footage. I saw a little bit of it. I was able to go when I check out the Auburn practice. So I saw it from my own two eyes. They're gonna like him, man. If he ends up at Colorado, that's gonna be cool. For sure. Hold on, we got another super chat. Hold on. Marty, hey, he got hey, boy, I got them too. I got 2 pair of them. Hey, my favorite shoe. Shout out to Marty, man. I appreciate it, dog. The super chats keep this thing rolling for real. Oh, Lady C Speed said that hat is fire. Hey, so this is hold on, let me see. Go Gator said, let me find out Duke the middleman. No. I'm any other players, they just ask, if I know any other players, they ask me what I think, and I tell them what I think. I don't like to get involved with players' recruitments, like, and pushing them nowhere, because at the end of the day, if you send the kids somewhere, hold on 1 second. Man, if you send a kid somewhere and they go because of you and only you, and you the person that pushed them over the ledge to make them go, they get out there and it don't go right, they'll never trust you again. And the thing about a lot of the kids that I mentor, the kids that from where I'm from, that, you know, when they make their college decisions, I always stay out of it. Because at the end of the day, see, a college can get another player. See, Colorado can get another safety. My son can't get another T Love. My son can't get another Colton Hood. My son can't get another Smile Monday. My son can't get another one of them. Them his heroes. So I made sure that our relationship stay good. Now, if they ask me for some advice about not making a bad decision, then yeah, but I stay out of it, like, you know, but I tell the truth. They say, hey, dude, was it cool out there? Absolutely. It is. I told them, like, hey, what you think about Colorado's lit? But he asked me about some other schools. I said, it's lit too. You're going to have to hit them all and see what you think. And we'll, you know, let me know what you think at the end. Make sure I get the information first. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, just tell me first, nephew. So that's all. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can get back in this chat. Rod the man got a good one. He said, Dukes, what's the best advice you would give a high school kid coming into college? Man, stay out the way and then do your work. And your work is what got you there, right? Working out, being on time, like, do the work, like, be on time, work out, try to stay out of clubs. You know, 18-year-olds gonna party, but man, I'll tell everybody, stay away and go to class. Dog, athlete or not, this for any college, any person going to college. You go to class every day, you're gonna get at least a C by osmosis. In most college classes, core curriculum, you go to class every day, just attendance wise. It's hard to give somebody an F and they see you every day. That's the best. That's the real advice I get. I like, boy, I go to class. You go to class every day. You at least the teacher gonna know you. You got a shot. You miss a lot of classes, they gonna fail you. You don't do your work, they gonna fail you. At least if you do the work and you're doing bad, you can go to office hours and make the teacher walk you through it. And I used to do that in some classes. I'd be like, all right, I know if I go to class every day and then I go to office hours, I know this teacher, like, if they fail me, then they fail themselves, because I'm not, you know, I ain't no slow person, but I'm just not getting it. So I think attendance is important. Being on time is important. Staying out the way. When I say stay out the way, that means that, man, go to school to go to school. Don't go to school to be no trapper. Don't go to school to be no rapper. Don't go to school to be no, you know, nothing else besides what you went to school for, because you got your whole life to do that. When you go to school, go to school. Go be an athlete. You know, I'm not saying that you got to be a hermit, but man, keep the main thing the main thing. Yeah, that's really what I tell any of the kids that come from where I'm from what to do when they get to school. Leon would say, nothing at the 12 club. Man, stay in the house. For real. Tyler Brown Porter? No, man. Let me tell you something. When I said these folks gonna top grade, I told you. I've been telling people for a long time that I've been telling people for a while that Colorado was gonna get to the point where they start the top grade. Antonio McKinney said, "You never leave." Duke, tell these kids never leave for show for Mo because you end up with no. That's right. Meat said, "Good advice, Dukes." Man, so okay, cool. Meat's son is was a starting cornerback at Oklahoma last year to end up going to Arkansas. So, he'll tell you, I did not put your son nowhere. I gave him all information. We looked over and he made his own decision. And as a family, that's what they did. So shout out to Meat, man, and y'all, that's another family member for sure. But we made sure that we keep everything where people, we want these young men to make their own decisions because at the end of the day, that's our future. And if we don't teach them, if we don't get them the tools to make good decisions, then what type of men are we in the community? So shout out to Meat, man. Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna go see him. I'm going to see them boys this weekend. I'm gonna be in Arkansas Saturday, Meat. What about the Georgia running back in the portal? Is he a dog, Duke? Yes. Yes. Yes, he is. Branson Robinson, man, so one of the kids that I mentored was Smile Monday. He's in the NFL draft. He was at UGA. That's the Georgia jersey I'll be having up here sometime. Me said, give me all the intel for sure. I'll FaceTime you while I'm out there. But we talking about the running back. My man asked about the running back from Georgia, Branson Robinson. Bro, real deal. Man, so the linebacker, Smile, he used to say, man, they said tackling him was like tackling, like, they used to tell Buddy, like, stop going so hard in practice. They was like, bro, don't nobody, like, you'll get hurt trying to tackle him. Like, nobody wanted to tackle him in practice. Now, Kitty, the only thing is, like, the best ability is availability, and I think that's just kind of what ran his course at Georgia. But, nah, that's the only thing I would say. Outside of that, I mean, we seen it. Grown man child. So it is, man. So that's my thoughts on the running back in the portal from Georgia. All right, let's see what we got here. Fine, Randall. Chat, man, y'all drop some questions, man. We got a few more minutes. Hey, hit the like button, man. I appreciate it. Hit the like button. Please and thank you. Let's go with it. I like this. Hey, that Illinois running back is huge. What you think, dude? Yeah, he cool. Like, for sure. Absolutely. Like, I think so I don't know which running back they're going after, but it's some so this is what I do know. It's some running backs that's in the portal that ain't been announced yet. Where the agents are walking around, it's gonna be a couple guys that the agents are saying they've entered. And so just so y'all know, the running backs, excuse me, not the running backs, tripping. The players in the portal, when they announce their intentions, that don't mean that they're necessarily in the portal. But a team can't contact you till your name arrives. It's a 48-hour period from you to put your name in the portal until it goes live. So some of the guys that are ending up in the portal today only put it in Tuesday or Tuesday night. So it's supposed to be 48 hours. Sometimes it only takes 24 hours. But it's not like you go tell your school, hey, I want to go to the portal, and it automatically populates. For you to get inside the actual portal, which there is a portal where I can go in and I can search, not me, but a university can go in and they can search and they can look at everybody in the portal. And then by the time you go in, you say, all right, cool. Like, when you go into the portal, you say, cool. You look at the schools. A lot of times they look at the schools and they look at the specific players, and that's how you see what's going on in the portal. But yeah, they ain't playing. Hold up. Oh, we got no super chat. Boom. Super chats go to the front. It's the rule. You got to provide. So I'm trying to get to it, man. I got that T-Move mouse. Don't tell Uncle Neely I said that. He ain't gonna let it go. He gonna be like, dude, you got that T-Move mouse. Dewey Johnson, when you were at CU recently, which player that no one is talking about caught your eye? By the way, when you was there, like he was having a blast. First of all, I was. Definitely had fun. I'm gonna tell y'all what player caught my eye immediately. Man, he's like he's a defensive end. I need to pull up the roster. I think he's number 59 or 49. He's a defensive end. I think he's been there for a year already. 59 or 49, about 6'6", tall guy. Hold up, let me see. Q Wiggins, him. Yes. Quincy Wiggins, that's him. That's him. That's the one. When I saw him, I said, hey, bro, they need to send him off the bus first. Yep, him. Ask Uncle Neely. We'll probably talk about it tomorrow on the morning run, but I definitely was like, he's somebody that I saw that I was like, yeah, I think that's where it is. You feel me? Like, so I think Quincy Wiggins caught my eye. I'm gonna tell you who caught my eye, man. I know it's, not because I feel like he's just gonna be like this all-world player, but when you talk about somebody that plays football, the coach Matt's son that played defense, I think number 33. Bro, they sent him on a blitz one time. I don't know how much he weighs, but whoever he hit if he weighed 180, they got all 180 pounds for sure. Yeah, is that Cole Mathis? Cole. Shit. Shoot. What? Football player. If it wasn't for his daddy being there, he'd be somewhere else playing football, probably being on the field more. I'm telling you. Straight up. That dude can play, man. He just undersized. But when you talk about a guy that can really ball, that kid can ball. He just so small. So but when you talk about just a football player, that kid a football player, he can play somewhere else for sure. He a dog, for real. Man, hold on, Wiggins 4 years in? No way. No way. I got to see that, bro. Hold up, I got to see that. No way. Hold up. Golly. Oh, it's time for him. Bro, you know this man had a 24/7 to 2021. Y'all can see that? They had him projected as a second round pick. I know I ain't missed, bro. He looked like it, dog. Okay, he came from LSU. Yep. Dang, he got to put it together, man. He got the tools, man. Physically, they don't make him to look more. They don't make him to look at defensive end, edge rusher. They don't make him look no better than that, dog. Yeah, man. What's that I said? Look like Tarzan and play like James, man. He made plays today. I saw him. I liked who did I like? It's a dude. His name started with a Z. He played offensive line. He came in the portal this year. He playing like center and guard. Oh, new member in the super chat. Okay, cool. My bad. Portia set tripping. Yeah, hold up. Put it on the screen. Hold up. Okay. Oh, there he go another one. Off subject. My bad. FPSD. Another super chat came through. Off subject, but Colton Hood will win the Thorpe pennant. Also, do they sell a bigger hat than the one you wearing? Nah, bro. This one size fit all, bro. Hey, look though. Y'all know my head big. Man, look, watch I'm turning on backwards, look. But usually I be on like 1 or 2. So this hat pretty big, dog. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to claim it for my boy Hood, man. Shout out, man. He's super talented. Oh, and we got Portia set tripping, became a YouTube member. Yeah, what set we banging, Portia? What set we tripping on? For sure. Keith Tunstall said, pause. I wasn't even thinking like that. That's your mind in the gutter. I wasn't even. Hold on, are we talking about pause? Is that a bear riding a bull? Boy, what you got going on, Keith? I'm just playing, man. That is a bear riding a bull. What made you get that one, dog? Boy, that's crazy. That's my partner, Keith. He be checking in. Shout out to Keith, man. Joe Sherrod said, what is Auburn top position? They need to get a linebacker, and they're going to get a D tackle for sure. So here goes some more intel for Auburn people. There's 3 D tackles coming in between tonight and tomorrow at Auburn. From what I heard, it's a few D tackles that'll be in. They're going after a few of them in the portal. One from an HBCU. It said, better be blood of Jesus, for sure. Banging that blood. Yeah, Zion Chrysler. Yeah, they like Chrysler. I tell you that. They like him. I got to sit in some of them offensive line meetings. They like him a lot. For sure. Hard's going to be electric. For sure. Man, Dallin Hayter, man, that's what I tell you what, the day I was there, he went crazy. So, yeah, Dallin Hayter got a point to prove. For sure. Let's see here. Bro, can y'all believe? Man, hold up. That's insane. Man, I had to take a picture of that, man. We finna hit 1,400. That's crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah, that dude from Virginia, the offensive tackle Steen, for sure. Hold on, let me see. KP said, do you think Austin will take a massive jump forward this season? I think so. Let me see. See the nephew pick up.
Your call has been.
The boy sent me to do not disturb. I tried for you, KP. Hello, let me see. Yeah, Damari, man, he done put on like 10 pounds, a good weight. Damari like 210, 212. Running, throwing the ball, he holding on to the ball. Boy, we have 14, 15. Golly. But I need to put thumbnails on all my lives. Hold up, yo, what it do? Oh, here we go. Nephew.
What up?
Hey, but I'm on my live. One of your fans said, do you think Damari Austin will take a massive jump forward this season? How you feel like the season gonna go?
Man, this y'all finna be crazy. I ain't even gonna say too much,
bro. Nah, say less. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy, I swear.
Nah.
I swear.
Nah, say them. I told him you put on about 10 pounds of good weight, all muscle.
The work I'm putting in right now, work I've been putting in these past few years, bro, all this y'all finna come together. I swear.
Nah, man, I'm proud of you too, nephew. I'll hit you in a minute.
For sure.
All right, KP. I got that was for you, big dog. Any fan of one of my partners, we gonna call him. Shout out to Mario, his pops bundles, man. That's my partner. Let me see. Avery Johnson, quarterback. And Avery Johnson got in the portal? Avery Johnson got in the portal? What? Hold up. Let me see. Let me go check my portal. Portal update. Portal update. Hold up. Let's see what Avery. Somebody let me see. I don't see Avery Johnson in the portal. I don't see him in there. Yeah, I don't think he's in there. Yeah. I don't see him in the portal. Bro, we have 1,432. Golly. That's crazy. Yeah, so this the deal. Let me tell you why Colorado finna be dangerous. Because, all right, I gotta think about something. NIL collectives finna be, it ain't gonna be nothing in a minute, right? Okay, cool. What's coming is revenue sharing. Who do y'all think brings in more TV money than damn near anybody in the country. Think about that, Colorado fans. Who do y'all think puts together that type of money? Colorado football is one of the largest revenue generators with TV, for sure, right? Okay, cool. Watch this. When different colleges split how much money they bring in, they put a cap on it, but Colorado is going to be able to get the lion's share of that money because of how much a percentage they bring in. If you think about Auburn brings in a lot of money, but a basketball team also brings in a lot. So football just can't devote all the money. Well, in Colorado, rev share, it's going to be scary hours, man. I'm going to tell you that for sure. With the way Coach Prime does what he does and the recruiting and him bringing people in saying, come get the opportunity, not the bread. You feel me? Grizz, we got a member chat. Hey, Duke, you see CP call out UVA Coach Prime? Yeah, I saw it. For sure. Duke, that training table is crazy. I see you. The dudes leaving tripping. Yeah, the training table is crazy. I got to see it. Yeah, don't give a damn. Said, see, you better get about 8% of that. I'm telling you. They don't even got a baseball team. Like, that's going to bowl in Colorado's favor, man. So they're going to cap it out, I think. But just to talk about the amount of the money, they're going to be fine. Ain't nobody, I tell you what, ain't nobody going to have more. Yeah, Jay Hardy would be cold from Liberty, for sure. But yeah, they said they Augusta been like, so it wasn't no secret Augusta was leaving. That's why he went on the roster. And you ain't see him in a lot of them videos for a while, right? It's been a minute since you saw him. How about Coach Prime said he let one slide. Yeah, Shiloh said, what Miss Kennedy said, Shiloh would have played baseball if they did. Colton Hood, too. Colton Hood could play, yeah, definitely play baseball. Yeah, man. They say Augusta was 500, man. I feel like just because somebody gets you in the portal saying they got 500 for you, don't mean that's what you're gonna get. Now I say that. That's a good one right there. Bro, if they get a baseball team, you think CP will have a hand in developing it? I don't know. I tell you what, it ain't nobody I would I mean, shoot, when you got a pro baseball player, I think we be forgetting about that. Hey, coach used to, yeah, coach was on that baseball field too. So yeah, man. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know this was just a shock drop, so to speak. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I want to make sure we got on tonight. I don't think Uncle Chico getting on. I'm not sure. But if I'm not sure if they are. That's why I talked to them earlier, so that's why I went on. Yeah, man, but no, we're gonna get up to 1,500. We're gonna slide, man. Oh, anywhere how to do a private workout with the Giants went good from what I heard. I definitely heard they got fitness around like noon or 1, something like that. Let me see. I'll tell you what time they got finished. They got finished at 1:49 my time. They were finishing like around about 11:50. So around 12 o'clock. Duke, I need to holler at you, bro. Bless it. For sure, man, hit me. Man, we got up to 1,500. Lady C Speaks, we need you on your channel more. Hey, man, I appreciate that. What's the ATL version of O now? Hey, man, say, man. Hey, man, say, man. Yeah, that's it. Yo, hey, man, say, man. That's the ATL version. Hey, man, say, man. Yeah, that's him. All right, y'all, for the slide. I hit y'all in a minute, man. Love y'all. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dukes D Scoop. I appreciate it, man. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Replay game. Don't be shy. Go leave comments on the replay for sure, man. I appreciate everybody. All right.